I believe HR is very, very critical for the company to achieve its objectives and its strategy. At the end of the day, the performance of a company depends on the people in the organization. And who are the people that come into the organization is dependent on how good your HR practices are. So, what's the culture that you're creating in the organization? What are the kind of people you're recruiting? All of that impacts how well the company performs, and therefore HR is one of the fundamental and most critical pillars of an organization that wants to do well. I think it's primitive, and I'm sorry to sound so blunt about it, but we still use the word resources, right? And while it is okay to use the word resources, it's about the way that word makes us think that is very important. Do we think of them as commodities, or do we think of them as values? How is it that we look at them? We still tend to look at people from a perspective of their productivity and what is the cost that we're paying for the productivity. We look at human manpower still as a cost. And while that's not wrong, cost is important to look at it, and productivity is equally important to look at it. The fact that the productivity of people is directly dependent on the culture that you provide them, I think changes the entire way we have to look at it. So when you look at manpower management, you have to look at it from a very contextual based, circumstance based assessment of the individual and their contribution to the organization. I think we've sorely missed application and sharing of knowledge in terms of application. What you get out of the internet is a lot of theory, and that's passe now. You don't want to hear about knowledge, you don't want to hear about theory. What you want to hear about is use cases, application. How did it work? What are the nuances? What worked for you? Will that work for me? What are my unique challenges? Did you face those kind of conversations really need in person meetings to be able to open up, share, have a conversation, and understand. Today, the most valued piece is not information. I think what is most valued is experience and an ability to share the learnings from those experience and to understand how they can be adapted. Therefore, these kind of conferences are really amazing. They provide that opportunity to do so. And thank you so much, Sapphire Connect, for doing this.